Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? I'm actually coming to you today to actually not necessarily do an unboxing. I just actually unboxed it on Facebook. I still have the wrapper here, the paper, and just a little bit ago I did the unboxing on Facebook. But I wanted to show you a deck that I've actually had for about 7 months now that I actually ended up getting a new copy of, and this is the Healing Light Tarot deck. Now, if you look at any of my videos, you'll see me using this worn out deck that I got 7 months ago, believe it or not, only 7 months ago. And you'll see me kind of taking some of my cards and flopping them around in some cases to show you some of the, for instance, this card right here is really floppy. But I'm still keeping this deck. And the reason why I'm keeping this deck, because it actually brought a lot of, it's still continuing to bring me a lot of new meaning. When you get cracks and folds in a deck, you actually have the potential to get something extra in the reading itself. Like, for instance, if you have a crack that is going through a woman inside of the card, that could represent a broken heart. A heart that has been broken. It gives you a new meaning to a deck. So I don't throw away my old decks. I actually use them until they actually completely fall apart, and that's what I'm intended to do with the old Healing Light Tarot. But at that, I do want to kind of bring the new deck out, and this is it right here, and this is the new lid on it itself. And when I did get it, it did have a wrapper that is around it, and also in the particular cards here that came out, it also had this wrapper right here around it. It would just perfectly fit the cards. And I wanted to show you a little something. I'm going to bring this out real quick. It does come with this book. Just like the old one, which I have here. I got 7 months ago. You see the difference. One is very old, very rugged. I wanted to show you the difference. In 7 months, this is what you can expect of the deck for the Healing Light Tarot. It gets very worn out easily, to be honest. The cards don't last long. It's one of the worst card decks I have holding together at the moment. It falls apart really easily. But in saying that, you see the big difference. Right now, this is a very slippery, smooth deck. It wants to slide all over the place. But it's the complete opposite with this one. You see the difference. One looks a lot newer, and the other looks very rugged. You notice even the size of it, because the cards actually, when you're folding and bending them, actually tend to swell up. And saying that, they're a lot more thicker in this, and it makes the deck look a lot thicker. Same deck, same place I got it, Amazon. Same thing, same boxes, everything's exactly the same, but over time the deck seems to get thicker because it swells up as you're using it. The cardboard becomes more puffier. Now, here on YouTube, I'm actually going to shuffle this deck for the very first time. And you notice this from the full card to the very end. I've yet to shuffle this deck. I've yet to use this deck. I unboxed it on Facebook. And if you go in my Facebook account, you can see that. I've not yet to do anything with this new deck. But I wanted to show you how the old deck shuffles. 7 months later, this is how the deck shuffles. It is really tough to shuffle. Well, that's made a fool out of me right there. That was a good shuffle. Generally, I do not get shuffles like that. Generally, especially when I get these floppy cards coming out of the outside, I'm going to give you a few more shuffles. See, the cards are really bending, really difficult. It gives a really not a clean shuffle. It skips a lot of cards. You have a lot of gaps in between the shuffles. That's what I want to say. I mean, it's shuffling decent right now at the moment. But I want to show you the difference and kind of show you what I'm getting, the difference with the new deck. See there, a lot of cards wanting to bend, having a difficulty shuffling. I'm actually going to go and show you what the cards look like as well. So it's not a bad shuffling deck even 7 months later, as you see here. Sometimes when I do get the floppy cards, for instance, this right here, I want to show you. See how the card wants to bend? You pretty much got to make it shuffle when a card goes underneath, and it's not really shuffling if you're forcing to shuffle. And that really bothers me when it comes to this deck. But at that, you can still, just like the vice versa tarot deck, you can actually expound a little bit on readings when you see something broken through someone, whether this is their leg or something. You can actually get something that comes out of reading. Maybe someone has a broken leg or something like that. I mean, you'd be surprised what time does to a card. It really gives you a new meaning to different readings. Something I've never really seen anybody expound on before. Just like every broken crown still colors, every broken heart still has a potential to love, you know. Got a reading for that actually just yesterday. Now, when you get this deck, it actually comes, I'll show you exactly how it comes. You will get it looking like this or somewhere like that or whatever. It was like that. It'll say special tarot invitation. It goes on and on. Has the healing light tarot. Flip this over, has this little card, tarot Alsafi here. Interesting card. Looks kind of cool. I'm going to keep this one. Generally, I throw them away. But I did want to show you. I want to show you the full, and it's a lot cleaner in this particular card. It's a lot more in better condition. That's the full card. And I'm just going to show you the major arcana cards. Looks very clean, very clean card deck. I'm used to having that old deck that's kind of falling apart, to be honest. This was the second deck that I ever got. The first deck was a Miss Cleo, and I got this with a bunch of other decks at the same time when I first started doing my readings. The Emperor, the Hierophant. And if you're looking at these, just imagine the possibilities of the readings that you can really get. I love the Lover's card. Really amazing. The Chariot. I'm just going to go through the major arcanas to show you this today. And I'm also going to read some things out of the books itself. That was a strength. This is the Hermit. I might go through a few minors as well. The Wheel of Fortune, maybe the court cards. Just kind of go through a few. Here's the Justice. Look at those gears. I mean, just imagine the shifting energies there. Just really things working together to really get things moving and turning. And it's amazing with that Justice card. It's just like all the pieces coming together, evidence and things like that to really bring justice, you know. The Hangman card is kind of a plain card, nothing too fancy. That Death card. This is the Death card. It really fascinates me with that light that is on in the mind there. It really shows like a light bulb coming on some of the mind. Yes, I had some endings coming in my life, you know, but hey, I realized what now, you know. Temperance card. I love the Temperance card. If you join me on Facebook, you see my readings every day, my lives, and you'll see a very amazing readings. The Devil card. I love this Devil card. Let's look at all the details. The Tower card. This is a very amazing tower. I love the details to this. There's the Star card. The Moon card. The Sun card. And it is starting to rain outside. So this video is not going to be lasting long. The Judgment. And last but not least, the World card. And you see someone that's really on top of the world, kind of in the same shape of the legs there as the Hangman card, which means that's releasing and letting go of something in the past, letting go of some things. I love the emphasis of how that is there. You have a lot of cards in this particular deck. For instance, the Two of Cups that actually has identical emphasis, just as the Lover's card, the two people coming together. I'm also going to show that as well. Let's kind of go through a couple cards. This could be someone getting property. See the field in the back. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. I mean, I'm just going to go through and show you a few cards. Engineering, once again, sometimes documents. You know, if you're looking at the Three of Pentacles, you think of contracts. That could be a contractor, you know. Four, kind of that grounding energy, but sometimes a power inner house energy there too. The Four of Pentacles. Health-related issues, sickness, mind. Five of Pentacles. A balance of giving and receiving. Six of Pentacles. It can really emphasize giving there, but in smaller proportions, not to where it hurts you. Seven of Pentacles. That working and chiseling out things. The Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. And once again, I'm not going to emphasize on a lot of cards today. I just kind of want to give you a quick glimpse of them. Ten of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. So if you're looking at this deck, it's a very wonderful deck. This is one of the cards for the longest time I was getting the best, amazing readings out of. I kind of go back and forth. It depends on the mood that I'm in, how I'm connecting. Queen of Pentacles. Whatever I'm drawn to. You notice in that Queen of Pentacles, it shows kind of that motherly type person, that birthing. I love that. The King of Pentacles. See that Taurus energy right there. The Bull. Ace of Swords. This really emphasizes on seeing things in a spiritual sense rather than a physical sense. See the third eye, the moon, represents intuition, psychic ability, sometimes dreams, nightmare, yes. But you see, and it's also kind of an Aries type symbol. If you look at it, you see kind of a ram there, you know, and a sword card. It's different. Three of Swords. You see broken glass, holes in the glass, but you also see a broken heart potential as well. Four of Swords. I like to use this deck as well as for medium cards sometimes, because you really connect to spiritual influences and dead people who have passed away. I've used this a lot to really open up, and when it comes to mediumships, to really emphasize things when it comes to cards so people can see what I'm seeing. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. This really shows a lot of past memories left behind. Seven of Swords. Trying to get away with things, trying to take up your bags and just get out of there, you know, leave and dodge. Eight of Swords, literally talking about the meaning of bending over backwards. Sometimes it can be getting stabbed or shot. I've gotten that in a few readings before. Once again, I've used this for mediumships, people who have passed away. And just imagine the readings you can get out of that with this, kind of that web, but also kind of that broken glass. Being held back, being tied down in your own mind is weighing you down. Just imagine that. Nine of Swords, the chains. This is being held back in bondage to your own mind as well. That could be an emotional death. This could be a physical pain, and emotional pain, physical pain. And this is, look at that card there. I love the Page of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords here. I just want to show you this card real quickly. The swords a lot of times has a magenta color on it. And if you're going back, you see a strong magenta, especially on the court cards, which does show a very strong positive energy, a very strong vibes. King of Swords. Especially on the Queen and the Page itself. Here's the Ace of Wands. The Two of Wands. This is a good card. You really see the balance. You see the balance. You see things. Someone really being successful and rising above the world once again. The next card that I have today, when it comes to the this tarot deck today, is the Three of Wands, and that's a pretty good card there. It's amazing. This imagine really setting off on a horizon, really about to make that dive to go after that ship to take off in your life. Let's imagine the readings you can get with this. On the Four of Wands, this is showing a celebration. You see the fireworks, and it's a wonderful card. We have the Five of Wands. You know, this is really shows, really showing whooping up on somebody. The Five of Wands is sometimes conflicts, and upright would be minor conflicts. This could be like going into karate matches or something like that. But however, if you're getting this in reverse, this would be a serious fight. Six of Wands, and it's an amazing card there. Shows a lot of support. Here is the Seven of Wands. And the Eight of Wands today for the Healing Light Tarot. It's a beautiful card. The Nine of Wands. Just imagine the powerhouse. The first thing I think of this is a woman. This would be a girl power card. You know, someone exercising their authority, their strength. It's kind of a Sagittarius card. 10 of Wands today. See that bug that's just really weighing something down on their back. This would be a heavy workload. It's something that's really bugging them per se. As you would look at that, it's kind of like that bug. There's something that's really bugging them. Page of Wands. This is just an amazing card. Kind of that Native American type feel. I love that. Here we have the Knight of Wands today. And we have the Queen of Wands. It's an amazing card. The King of Wands. And here comes the cup, the water cards, the cup. This is the cups, Ace of Cups. This is the Two of Cups today in the Healing Light Tarot deck. The Three of Cups. It's this amazing card. You notice how we have this man, and then we have this side woman over here, and we have this one that's really above all. It's like the side woman, the side chick, you know. Really shows that third party kind of type position. Four of Cups. You have Four of Cups. The Five of Cups. We see the losses there. And this is the Six of Cups. And you actually go along, it actually kind of tells you a storyline. Looking at these cards today, it really does. If you go in between the third cups, it shows the third party. The fourth, it shows someone sitting on that third party and seeing something leaving in their life. You see in the fifth, it shows the losses that they had after someone had left their life. And then you see the Sixth cup, you see someone else coming into their life, and a brand new relationship. The Seven of Cups, this is you taking the good, the worst, the bad. You know, here we have the Tower, the Ring. It shows strength, calamity. Here we have the mind, the mentality, the emotions, life in general. This would show the Two of Wands, success. Very interesting. So you see the different elements coming together. Eight of Cups. That's a wonderful card there today. The Nine of Cups, definitely that leaping type energy, leaping over, making a big leap in life. Maybe this could even be for pregnancy. I'm in a relationship. A big step, a big leap. Marriage possible, depending on what you get it with. Eight of Cups. The Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups today. I want to show you something. This right here is the Queen of Cups. You see how everything comes together, how the Knight and the Queens come together, drew off to the cup and lifted up. It's like cheers, you know, lifting that cup up to each other. Like in that relationship, maybe a relationship, you have the Knight in shining armor with the Queen. And one thing I like about that is that Knight, and the very next card becomes a King. And you still see them offering a cup in the same direction, like everything they're doing is in the same direction. You have the King offering it up. It's going in the same direction, and the Queen off, and it's a very amazing. It's like doing everything in synchronicity. It's very wonderful. It shows standing beside each other, supporting each other, and I love that, and the way to emphasize this card today. I love this deck. Now I'm actually going to do the first shuffling of this deck. Now I did show you, if you did not see this a moment ago, you're seeing how this deck shuffles after I've used it for 7 months, every single day. Doing readings with it every single day, doing private readings, doing live readings, you know, just doing general YouTube readings, Facebook, Instagram, other places that I'm on online, where I do readings for money as well as a job or whatever. You'll see that I use this deck a lot, whether I'm doing free readings or paid readings. This deck is very difficult to shuffle. It's not going to be difficult unless you're getting to the bends, however. But as I was saying this a moment ago, those bends could really expound on a reading itself. If you have a break going through someone's leg, that could emphasize someone having a broken leg. In the same sense, if I was using my vice versa deck, reading that I just got yesterday, it showed someone a break going through someone's heart, and I felt I was led to say that this person had a broken heart, you know. So even broken cards can read, and sometimes give you even more possible outcomes of the reading itself. So I do not throw my decks away. I continue to reuse them until I cannot use them anymore to their cards. I've completely ripped. There's nothing I can do about it. Once it happens, I'll throw them away. But in saying that today, I'm going to show you how this card shuffles. So when you first get the deck, this is how well it is going to shuffle. I'm doing my first shuffling with this brand new deck that I got. That's the same as the old. I did do an unboxing with it on Facebook, so I'm doing a more of a review post unboxing today. I just now unboxed it on Facebook. And you'll see I did not shuffle unbox on Facebook. I wanted to save this for YouTube. So I did want to save this for the review, but I did go through and show the cards itself, what you can get with this. Now first, I wanted to show you, you see how it really bounces back. It's a really flexible card. Good card stock, amazing card stock, very thin, not thick at all. It really bounces back really quickly. However, if you look at the old cards, in some places it does, but here at the end, it doesn't bounce back. You could tell the cards how I've been using them the most, which sides have really been coming out the most. There's been a lot of wear and tear on this deck. I've had it for 7 months. In fact, today marks the 7th month, believe it or not, that I've had this deck. It was 7 months ago, and I'm about to shuffle this new deck for the first time. I just got it in today, actually. And you see how amazing it shuffles. It's hard to shuffle, to be honest. You're not going to find it bending back as much. And I would not encourage you to bend or extend the cards back. Just let them shuffle. Let them easily shuffle. Do not force them. Because in doing so, like what I used to force the cards back to give a more powerful shuffle. I thought that was going to give me more of a better shuffle for some reason. It never did. It's going to shuffle. But do not force the cards to bend back. You will ruin these cards a lot quicker. These cards... this is a Miss Cleo deck per se, and it's still a good deck. And yes, it may not have the bounce back as maybe this deck, but it's not ripping, it's not tearing or anything like that. This has been a wonderful deck. I've had even longer than the Healing Light Turbo, and is holding together. This deck that I have is holding well together. I've had it for the same length of time. Vice versa, maybe when I'll do another review on later to show the difference. It's just like this card, if not a lot of. It wears out very easily because of the stocking of the card, because of the material, the way they made the card itself. It's not the same. So this is not going to be a long-lasting deck, but at the same time, sometimes it can actually increase the energies and the strength of the deck with the readings that you get out of it. If it does start to fall apart, that's something I've noticed. So I am going to really quickly. I'm going to do just a minor, something minor, and with this deck today, and I'm going to go through each individual sign today, and I will just draw a card for each individual sign if you're on here today. If you see it, oh well. If you don't, and this is not an actual reading for sign. I just wanted to draw something for each individual sign. I'll tell you what I would get out of with this particular card. This is for Sagittarius. Why Sagittarius came to mind, I have no idea, but this card, now that I'm getting this, I did not realize this before. It's a very slippery deck. It's probably one of the most slipperiest decks. It's a glossy, very glossy deck, very slippery, but at that it makes it easy for the shuffle, sometimes too easy. They slide together very easily when you first get them. Be honest. You don't have to force this shuffle, to be honest. You do not force the shuffle. This is for the sign of Sagittarius. I'm going to draw one card. And for Sagittarius, you actually got the Three of Pentacles. And if I was getting the Three of Pentacles, this is, kind of a contract. And this is someone signing off on, some type of contract. This could be a deal. This could be a house or a car payment or whatever. Something simple as a house or car payment. This could be someone who's going on some type of contracting job, or even someone who is getting a new job, new finances coming and signing off on a new job that is as a contract job or something. Something similar as that. That's what I would get as a Sagittarius card with that today. And because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, I do a lot of astrology, and I use numbers itself that represents the sign of Gemini, communication. And very interesting, this particular card, is developing an airplane. And develop an airplane, trying to construct something, and trying to, it's like a contract and trying to develop something that actually relies on communication, so it's interesting. There's many different ways to read a tarot deck, And just wanted to look at that today. You know, if I was getting this sign for Sagittarius per se, I would say that someone was getting some type of sign off on something. This could be getting a children back, you know, adopting a child even, or something as similar as that, you know. Um, Interesting. I'm gonna really want to quickly go through. I'm going to go through each individual sign. This is not necessarily an expounded reading. Just really quickly for each individual sign, draw a card for you. This would be for Leo. Have the King of Swords. I know looking at the King of Swords and this kind of show you something at this particular card. King of Swords in reverse always represents someone who's being deceitful, dishonest, manipulative. King of Swords most likely is a married man, most likely, not necessarily married, but most usually is married. But looking at this card, I'm finding, you know, if you was to get this up, this would be someone coming face to face with the truth of reality. And you kind of see the butterfly that is above represents intuition. And this would be someone who is not seeing the truth. Someone is not seeing the truth. It's almost like someone is bold-faced, face-to-face lying to you, you know? Straight to your face, lying to you to your face. Really quickly, I want to do Sagittarius, Aries today. That was Leo. This would be Aries. And this is Aries. This is for Aries today. Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, generally, the Queen of Wands is someone, if the Queen of Wands was upright, this would be most likely a female, a woman, a married woman. Kind of that counselor type person, someone who can be trusted, maybe harsh and critical at sometimes. But when I'm getting that in reverse, this is someone who is overstepping their boundaries, someone who is very rebellious, someone who is sometimes manipulative, deceiving, sometimes someone who could be trying to ruin somebody's life. When you're getting that particular card, you just look at that really quickly. That would be someone who you cannot trust. Someone who is trying to do damage, someone you know who is trying to manipulate. And sometimes this could be a narcissist type person, narcissistic female, especially if you're getting the Ace of Wands in reverse. Someone who is really trying to cause problems in someone else's life, really trying to do some damage, you know. Someone you can't trust. Upright, that would have been a woman, you know, who was a very good counselor, someone you could trust to go to for advice. When you get that in reverse, that would be the woman you couldn't. Interesting, that was Aries. I'm going to do something really quickly. This is going to be for Capricorn. I'll go Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Capricorn. Energy's coming through for Capricorn today. Once again, I'm just drawing one quick general energy card. I'm not doing an actual reading, just a quick general card. This is for Capricorn. Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, when I'm getting the Nine of Swords upright, once again, I'm doing a review today. I'm a brand new deck, and I'm just kind of going through and doing a couple cards, a single card for each sign. This is for Capricorn. Got the Nine of Swords. I got it in reverse. But I wanted to show it to you upright. When you're getting upright, this is someone who is held back in their own mind, their own emotions. Maybe there's some emotional pain going on. Get the number 9. That could also be a Sagittarius possibility. Number 9 is the 9th house in astrology. But when I'm getting this for Capricorn, this represents the mind, the emotions, the intellect, the thought process. And when I'm getting this in reverse, I feel there's a letting go. I feel there's a letting go. And someone's on the edge right now. And I feel there's kind of a letting go. It's like on the edge, and someone is letting go. And it's almost like there's these swords is just right above you, you know. And I feel someone is being held back in their own mind. They feel like they're in chains or in bondage. This could even be in prison, even for Capricorn. Someone tied down could be in prison. I'm getting that reverse, which means there would be a kind of a freedom, kind of a hope of freedom there. If I was getting this for Virgo today, and I do not take cards that fall out like that, but they are trying to fall out. This is a very slippery deck, as I'm trying to tell you. It's very slippery. You're going to have cards falling out all over the place if you're trying to shuffle these. That's a very slick deck. As a new deck, it's not like the ones I was showing it on the video just a moment ago. You don't got to force this deck to shuffle. Don't bend it back too much. It really will. It will really wear the deck out. This is for Virgo. Draw a quick card for Virgo. And for Virgo. Interesting. We have the Lovers card in reverse. Very interesting. We do have the number 6 there. Very interesting. That is the 6th house in astrology, Virgo. But I'm looking at this in reverse today. I don't necessarily put a sign to this. Sometimes in different cards can emphasize a fire energy. Some can represent different types of energies. But I'm seeing them water, and I'm feeling, with the Lovers card in reverse, sometimes as a love, a relationship, sometimes a business. This is a major arcana card, so I'll look more toward this as a relationship or a marriage. But also very interesting, Venus enters Scorpio. Venus represents the 7th house in astrology, which is Libra, the house of marriage, relationships. And I got this for a Virgo card. Scorpio represents beginning, ends, as well as death, as well as birth. And we have Venus entering Scorpio September 2nd, which is in the sign of Virgo. So for the sign of Virgo, we got the Lovers card in reverse. This could be some endings coming to relationships, some marriages. But at the same time, this is the Lovers card, so it could be upright for some of y'all. How are we doing today, Kind Solomon? I'm actually doing kind of a review of a deck that I kind of just unboxed on Facebook. So I'm just kind of doing a little something for each individual sign. This is for Taurus. I've been doing a lot of amazing things on Facebook. If anybody's wanted to come on Facebook, look up Adam Williams on Facebook. Also, Adam Celtic Intuitive, Celtic Intuitive on Facebook. Celtic Intuitive Readings. You can catch me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram as well. This is for the sign of Taurus today. For Taurus, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Now, very similar as I got one of the 9 of Swords in reverse just a moment ago was that for Capricorn. Taurus, I wanted to show you this. You see someone that's really being weighed down by their own mind. It's like their mind is so heavy, it's just weighing them down. Their thoughts on their mind are so heavy, it's just weighing them down. They're being held down in bondage to their own mind, their own emotions, their own feelings, their thoughts, their own ideas and creativity and intellect. But when I'm getting this in reverse, I feel that there's a freedom, there's a letting up, there's a kind of a calming of peace that's taking place. This is for the sign of Taurus. Now, interesting, we have Uranus that is in Taurus, actually. But it actually creates instabilities. Uranus is an Aquarius planet, rules the sign of Aquarius. And when you get Uranus in Taurus, it creates instabilities and the element of Earth. And very interesting that we get that air sign for the sign of Taurus right now, which does show a lot of instabilities, a lot of things holding people back. And when it comes to the element of air, which is the emotions. Really quickly, I want to start back from water, so Scorpio. This is the sign of Scorpio. And what can we expect from Scorpio? I did say Venus is entering Scorpio and September 2nd. So which means right now, let's see. It's in Libra, Sagittarius. We'll see. I have a look. So September 2nd, it's entering Scorpio. And this is a card that we're getting for Scorpio right now. The Six of Cups. Now, just a moment ago, I did say for, was it for, was that just a moment before? Virgo. During the sign of Virgo, you had the Lover's card in reverse. And I did say that was connected to Venus and Scorpio because that's during the season of Virgo this year when Venus is entering Scorpio. And now when I got for Scorpio, you got the Six of Cups, just like the Lover's card, which is a sixth card. You see the connection there? But it is also in reverse. So this would be upright would be, you know, maybe someone, a new relationship coming into your life, you know, maybe putting some past relationships behind you, that things that did not work out. But I'm getting this reverse. I feel this is having a difficulty. This is like, you know, some endings and maybe some ending of relationships, or maybe having a difficulty getting rid of some past relationship like that, having to let go of that. I'm seeing a lot of Earth energy here. It's very interesting. So Venus and Scorpio is definitely more of an ending type, is what I'm getting for the energies here today. Ending of relationships and relationships that are not happening, that are coming to an end, but are also having a difficulty moving on today as well. Six of Cups in reverse. This is going to be for Cancer. This is for these Scorpio. I forgot to do Pisces. I'm going to do Pisces. This is for Pisces today. Now, Pisces is an amazing zodiac sign. Pisces pretty much gets the brunt end of everything, but Pisces are very amazing people. I get along very well with Pisces. This is for Pisces once again. For the sign of Pisces, we have Three of Cups. I like that. This is the Three of Cups upright, not in reverse. It does show there's a lot of abundance, a lot of coming together. It would very surprise me if there was anybody in a third-party situation, to be honest, because I would have got that in reverse if that was the case. I'm saying there's a lot of coming together, a lot of abundance, maybe people coming together and just joining each other. There might be a third person, but I'm not feeling this as a love interest or anything like that. I'm seeing when it comes to relationships, a lot of people coming together, body, soul, and spirit. A lot of abundance, a lot of overflow. I'm seeing a lot of strength, and the number 3 is a very strong number. It's almost like when you're building a house, you build a triangle for the roof itself. That's actually represents the strength itself of the number 3. It's a very strong card, very strong relationships, very strong love, a lot of overflow and abundance today for the sign of Pisces, and this is what you expect for Pisces. For Cancer today, once again, you do not want to force this deck to bend back or anything. That will really do damage, as you see in my old deck. This is for the sign of Cancer. This is amazing. It's shuffling so amazing right now. Oh, let me try it again. Like I said, if you try to force it back, you'll get pretty much what just happened now. The card does not want to bend back, and it'll pretty much lock up in your hand. If you force it too far back, you'll start breaking cards. This is for Cancer. It shuffles very smoothly. You don't gotta force it. Cancer, you got the King of Swords. King of Swords is most likely a married air sign. Someone who's having a very difficulty seeing the truth. You're looking at this card here today, the King of Swords. Having a difficulty seeing intuition. Having a difficulty seeing the truth face to face. Someone who's pretty much, you know, really having a difficulty really connecting to the truth and a kind of a sense right now. Maybe in their mind or emotions or thoughts or feelings or ideas. It's almost like maybe it's kind of someone is really having a difficulty seeing the truth, or someone is actually holding back the truth. That's what I'm getting for Cancer. This right here is let's say I've done fire, I've done water, I've done earth. air. So I want to start off with Aquarius. That's me. This is what we have for Aquarius. I am an Aquarius sun. Fifth house with Mercury in retrograde. I got married with Mercury in retrograde. September 2nd, 2016. Me and my wife got married while Mercury was in retrograde. I just now realized that the other day. I was like, that makes sense. I was born with Mercury in retrograde. So very interesting. This is for this right here, once again, is for Aquarius. And this deck is really smoothly shuffling right now. I'm not used to that because I'm used to having that old deck that never wants to hardly do anything. A lot of times that gives me problems. Made me look like a fool coming on here doing the post unboxing. We got the Four of Wands. Now, when you're getting the Four of Wands for Aquarius, this is, someone who's going through a difficulty time, maybe even in a marriage. Maybe if this was a birthday, this is Aquarius, so it's not a birthday. If you had any children, do you know anyone else having a birthday? This would be someone who is kind of like the crash party, marriage that's having some difficulties. Four, this could represent a number of Cancer. Sometimes this could represent Aries as well. Got a lot of fire here. Aries, possibly Leo, Sagittarius. I'm going to lean more forward towards Aries than anything when it comes to fire, specifically the month of April. And what I'm getting with this for Aquarius, is there's a lot of difficulty, a lot of things affecting whether this is relationships, a marriage, whether this is affecting a party or birth, just people coming together. I'm seeing kind of that crash party once again. This kind of things really hindering marriages today for Aquarius. Interesting. This is for Gemini. Once again, this is for the sign of Gemini. For Gemini, we have the Knight of Cups. Now, very interesting with the Knight of Cups, and the very first thing that comes to my mind, the Knight of Cups, is the Queen of Cups that it showed. If you're looking at the earlier when I showed the cards, it's like coming together. The Knight of Cups. This is someone. If you're a female, this is most likely a man who's coming to your direction. If this is a man today, and you are a Gemini, this would be someone going off and going towards someone for a relationship, offering that cup of love. And you see this horse here represents power. It's almost like the empowerment. They feel the confidence, the boldness to actually go and really propose this love. This could be a proposal, a marriage, this proposal for a relationship or whatever, or anything in general. But you're seeing the peace and the spirituality in this card here. And just the illumination, enlightenment coming out of this cup. It's like the universe intended it to happen. And you see the waves that is over. It really shows just the spiritually pure aspect of love itself. It's like washing over you, So good card today for Gemini. Really good relationships. It shows some Gemini are either going to offer someone love or love to be an offer to you. For Libra, this is for Libra today. And this is for Libra. We got the Four of Swords in reverse. Sorry. This is kind of a disconnection, discommunication, attachment, a spiritual attachment. When you're getting this right here, this would upright would be saying that you're connected. You're opening up. You're spiritually connected. But when I'm getting reversed, there's a need to think outside of the box, to go and meditate, to connect more, to connect on a deeper level spiritually. Sometimes this card could actually represent someone who has passed away, who is trying to connect with you, but they've been having a difficulty. I've gotten that in a few mediumship readings as well. This could be someone who is praying for you, someone who has passed away, or even someone in reverse who is not praying for you. Four could be at a peace. A spirit that is at peace. Reverse is not at peace. Four could also represent for Libra. Could also represent kind of a Cancer type energy. And interesting, I don't know why I'm getting this. When you're getting the Four, it's almost like the Hangman. The hangman actually shows kind of that form between his legs, you know. So it's like someone either having a difficulty letting go, or someone releasing something, having a difficulty releasing and letting go of some information, and communicating, open up and letting go of some information. I don't know why I felt that today with the 4. Someone holding back information. Someone really needed to open up and think outside the box, really needed to connect more, to communicate, to speak and open up and express themselves more. And that's what I'm getting with the 4 of Swords today for Libra. And that's what I'm getting today. I just went through all 12 signs and get a quick energy card. It was not a major reading or anything like that, but you know, you can get some pretty good expounded message out even off a single card with this particular deck. If you're wanting just a side shuffle, I wanted to show you this. See how this amazing this deck does shuffle. I already had a card flip over. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Just look at that. Your cards are just popping out here. Single cards, not a bunch of cards. But it's just a very smooth deck when you first get it. It's very smooth. I'm not used to this, to be honest. I'm going to have to get used to this. This shuffles this so easily. This is a very slippery card. If I put this on the table, the wind literally starts sliding cards off from the top of each other, and they slowly start sliding. That's how glossy and how smooth this card is. It's a very glossy card. As you see the shine shining off of it. Very glossy. Amazing deck. Not too large. I want to show you. This is a playing card deck. This is just a normal size mini playing card deck that I have, and you see the difference. It's not a huge deck. It's about the general standard size tarot deck. Here's the Miss Cleo deck that I have. I want to show you the difference. It's actually about the same size. If you're getting the Miss Cleo deck, if you have the Miss Cleo deck, you can compare it to that. If you have the vice versa deck, so I did want to compare this to size-wise. It's actually a little bit wider than the vice versa deck. It's about the same height, but as you can see, it is a little bit wider. I want to show that to you. It's a little bit wider than the vice versa deck. Just to show you a little bit. If you're getting the Celtic Tarot, if you have the Celtic Tarot and you want to compare this to the size of the Celtic Tarot, which is the Christopher Hughes, I want to show you. I think it's probably going to be a little smaller than Celtic. Yes, the Celtic Tarot is about the same width, but you see it's a little bit, the Healing Light's a little bit taller than the Celtic Tarot, the same width. If you're wanting to look at another card, any other cards I have, this is the Art of Tarot. It's a lot smaller than the Art of Tarot. This is not a deck that I use much. As you can see, it has not been worn out. I don't use this. I'm more of an intuitive reader. I don't use this much unless to give this general energies. But as you can see, it's a lot smaller than the Art of Tarot. It's a lot smaller. It's width, height, everything's a lot smaller. Another deck, if you're wanting to get the Celtic Tarot, I don't read these books much, but this is by Giacinto Gaudenzi. The Celtic Tarot is this particular card here. I just want to do some comparisons and size between other decks. Most likely this is going to be a little bit bigger in width. Now height, yes, it's a little bit bigger than this particular card I want to show you. It's not much bigger, just a slight fragment when it comes to the width. Maybe a millimeter when it comes to the height itself. It's not much different even in the Celtic Tarot. It looks more different. You can actually compare them. It's about that much different when it comes to the width. Let me show you about that much different. And you can even notice the difference. It's about a millimeter when it comes to the height. So just to show you a little about that today, this is a standard deck when it comes, a playing card deck when it comes to Vegas style. And this is pretty much the difference. You know, just a Vegas, standard Vegas, it's a big difference. But so some of those cards are very small. It's a perfect deck. It really fits firmly in my hand. It fits really amazing in my hand. I just want to show that to you. If you have very, very small hands, you know, you might have some problems with this deck. It's not as bad as the Art of Tarot or some of the other huge decks. But this is a general size tarot deck. It's not small. I have a triple goddess deck. I want to compare it to the triple goddess. Let me see that. Where is it? I don't know. Wait, might have had that deck. It's bigger than the triple goddess deck. This card right here is not much different size from the triple goddess. So if you're getting the triple goddess tarot deck, and I'm trying to see where is it. It's not. It's a lot bigger than a triple goddess deck, but it's not like in a too extremely much larger. I mean, the triple goddess deck is mainly for smaller hands. This is made just for normal size hands. You know, it's a pretty good deck. It's really good to fit in your hands. It's not like this monster deck here, Art of Tarot, and you see a big difference between them. I mean, it's not that monster of a deck. So saying that it's a very good deck. It's holding your hands to shuffle with very easy. It's a very good deck, and I would recommend it. Now, the rating that I would give for this particular deck today is while I'm ending this, as I would actually, this deck has lasted me for 7 months, and I use these decks every single day, nonstop. I wear these decks out. And in spite of the fact that I'm always wearing this deck out, and I would give this about a 4, about a 4.7, a 4.5 to not quite a 5, but in between a 4 and a 5 for a rating for this deck. Considering the fact that, yes, I did have it for 7 months, but however, the reason why I would not give it a 5, it has amazing art, really amazing ratings. The only reason why I would not give it a 5 is because I have 2 decks that has been falling apart on me, and that's this and the vice versa tarot deck. And really quickly, I wanted to show you the book with it. It comes in many languages. It does really expound on how they get what they're getting from the book. It explains these symbolisms of things, and brief description. It's an amazing book. It tells you the elements. In fact, I want to show you something in this particular. Ace is the fount of water. The 2 of Cups represents love, and it tells you that what the symbolism of the card means. 3, abundance. 4, complacency. The 5 of Cups, loss and pleasure. 6 is pleasure. 7 is illusionary, success. As I was getting that. 8, abandoned success. 9, mature much, 10, perfected success. Page of Cups, earth of water. Knight of Cups, air of water. Water of water is pretty much water sign and a water planet and a water sign, you know. King of Cups is fire of water. So really good. It expands on really what the different depths of the card, what it means, and not necessarily planetary, but the element of the planet itself, which I find very interesting. So at that, I do. If you do like this video today, feel free to like, to comment, and also to subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. I do want to say thank you, and I will be back next time for one of my videos or for an unboxing, whatever it is. I do ask you to stay tuned on the next few days. 2 more days, I should be back to do an astrology dice unboxing, and I'm most likely going to do that unboxing right here on YouTube. And so that'll be in 2 days from now, and I will see y'all then. Thank you.